Hi everybody, Vincent here. Today I want to talk about why film looks like film. There's a couple big reasons, and I'm going to go into a few of those right now. First, it's the frame rate. Shooting at 24 frames per second makes that filmic look that we are used to seeing, as films we have seen, with very rare exceptions, have been shot at 24 frames per second for the last about 100 years. So if you're at least under 100 years old, you should know what 24 frames per second looks like, because most of the films you have seen and TV shows that look like film happen to have been shot at that frame rate. Number two is the shutter speed. The shutter speed controls how much motion blur there is here. So here, let me give you an example of this. I'm going to show you two clips of me waving. One, I'm going to follow the 180-degree shutter rule, which will cause the right amount of motion blur at 24 frames per second that you're used to. And then I'll show you another clip where I do this incorrectly. Tell me what you think. See, look at the difference. One of them is clearly something that you would recognize as a film, and the other looks very disorientating. Both the frame rate and the shutter speed come together to make this soap opera effect that a lot of us in the video world really do not like. And some people do, apparently. Like 60 frames per second video and don't mind that look, and yeah. So talking about frame rates though, and shutter speed, that's the two main things, but there is other things. For example, having a high dynamic range shot is going to be more filmic, at least if you ask me anyway. Because if you look at film, usually it has more dynamic range, and what I mean by dynamic range is the shadows and the highlights have more detail in them, and there is more room in between that. And so having that high dynamic range image from something you might get like a Red or an Alexa, or shooting flatter on something like a Canon DSLR and then grading it to try and increase the amount of dynamic range that you have in these different ways, they will help your image look more filmic. That's really the main reasons. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is just a quick video. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time, everybody. Goodbye. What makes film look like film? It's a question that I bet you've been asking. Or not, I don't know. What do I know? So number one, setting the proper frame rate. Most films and TV shows that look like film are, no, it's not really most, it would be all, very long time. Almost 100 years. If not, actually, I guess it's I'm not really gonna, okay, one more time.